guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Loina Motiga. Today we still have another interesting vlog looking at the farming series, and today we want to know, how do you grow apples? Apples are one of among the best fruits in the market that most of the people really consume, and as a farmer I know it will help someone will generate income, and you can also consume apples with your family. So first of all, apples are very climatic sensitive, and it depends also with which regions do you plant your apples. So the first thing that we will be looking at is the site selection. Ensure one, apple trees need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. You have to consider that while choosing a site that you want to plant the apples. Number two, soil. Choose a site with well drained soil that doesn't become waterlogged. Of course, you can't choose a site like a site or a place or a piece of land that has clay soil among other types of soil. That is why we at the beginning of this farming series I always said consider to know what type of soil is in your farm. Number three, the space. Ensure that the tree has an ample space to grow, considering its mature size. You cannot grow apples in a small piece of land because you'll require a lot of spacing. Number four is shelter, a warm shelter. Sheltered sites can protect the tree from late frost. It's that simple. To the step number two is the planting timing. The best time to plant is during the dormant season from autumn to spring. That is easy. The hole preparations, whereby you dig a hole twice as wide and as deep as the root ball. You'll have to consider what is the size of your root ball and plant that effectively. Number three is the root preparation. If planting a bare root tree, soak the roots in a bucket of water for a few hours before you plant. That is quite simple. And then the next step is farming and watering. Backfill the hole with soil, gently farming it down and watering thoroughly. You have to farm the soil down and then you water thoroughly. Mulching. Apply a layer of organic mulch, e.g., the wood chips, around the base of the tree, keeping it away from the trunk. That is quite easy. We mulch to prevent the excessive loss of water. The next part, it's post planting care. How do you take care of the apple tree after you've grown it? Watering. Of course, you have to water regularly, and especially during dry periods until the tree is established. The next thing is fertilizing. Apply a balanced fertilizer in early spring, following the instructions on the fertilizer package. Once you go to the farmer's store and you buy that fertilizer package for the apples, you have to clearly read the instructions. They're always written at the back of the bag, so that you will know how to apply that fertilizer effectively. When it comes to the next part is pruning. Prune the tree regularly and maintain its shape and promote fruit production. That is quite easy. Pest and diseases control. You always have to monitor your trees and know what is required or which pests are affecting your trees, and or if it is a disease, and take the corrective measures as early as possible. Weed control. Always say the greatest enemy of a farmer is the weeds. Ensure that your trees are growing in a place free from weeds. Growing from seed. One, that is another type. You can either choose to take an already growing tree from the nursery, or you grow from seeds. You buy the seeds and germinate the seeds them yourself as a farmer, and then transplant them to your farm. This is what is required for you. Apple seeds need a period of cold, moist conditions to break dormancy, that is, to enable them to sprout. You can achieve this by refrigerating the seeds in moist paper towel for 2 to 3 months. So take care of that time duration. You put them in a paper, in you put them in a moist paper towel, cover them, and then put them in the fridge for 2 to 3 months. Planting. After saturation, plant the seeds in a well-drained seed starting mix and keep them moist. That is the e.g. like a pot. You plant the seeds there and ensure that the pot is or the soil is always moist. Germination. Germination can take several weeks to months. So do not be in a pressure every day you're checking if they have germinated. No, it will take some couple of days to months for them to germinate. Then transplanting. Once the seeds are established, transplant them into individual pots or directly into the ground. Of course, once the seeds germinate to seedlings that can be transplanted to the farm, that is now when you do the farm preparation that we talked about earlier, and then you transplant your seedlings to the farm. Something that you should note: growing apple tree from seeds can take several years to produce fruits, and the resulting tree may not be true to the parent variety. In this case, I always prefer buying seedlings from the certified nurseries. This is because they will save you a lot of work. You do not have to germinate seeds, apple seeds from scratch. You can buy these with the already germinated seedlings from the nurseries, then come and just transplant. It's good we also make our work easy as farmers. Let us not entirely do everything, but if you prefer doing everything for yourself, that is well and good. So it was that easy, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet in the next one, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, hit that notification bell so that each and every time I'll be uploading, you will be notified. Bye bye.